Accessibility is one of our areas of focus for Battlefield 2. We really want to allow people with a broad variety, a broad spectrum of hardware configurations to be able to run the game. So what we're doing for the folks who have a lower end system is we're putting a lot of dials and knobs in the front end to turn graphic detail down, ratchet it back so they can get a really good, strong frame rate experience on their system. The power users that want to get a really full experience and turn every dial and knob all the way to the top are going to go out there and probably build a P4 3 gigahertz with a GeForce FX equivalent or higher with a couple of gigs of RAM. Battlefield 2 is a T-rated game, and we want to keep it there. We want the game to be as accessible as possible to a wide audience, and we feel that we can deliver the sense of all-out war and online combat without kind of the gory details that a lot of other products are delving into. Punkbuster really is our solution. I mean, it's done really well for us with Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield Vietnam. So we're going to continue to use Punkbuster at Battlefield 2, and we think that really gives us a bulletproof strategy against the exploiters and the hackers. Well, for Battlefield 2, we really want to keep the sense of arcade gameplay. So for us, a key design challenge was how to take these rather complex modern weapon systems and extrapolate kind of arcade gameplay mechanics out of them. And we've done that quite successfully. So for example, there's nothing in the game that requires more than a click and shoot, click and point, and shoot to steer the ordnance to the target. Well, for us, pushing the envelope forward on team play was an area of focus. We really wanted to revolutionize the first-person shooter space in that regard. So we built in several layers of features to allow team play to happen much more naturally. Sitting at the top, I mentioned, of his digital chain of command is the Battlefield Commander. He plays the game in a fundamentally different way than the guy who's running around the game shooting his gun in a first-person shooter experience. He's actually looking top-down on the map, much like a real-time strategy game, clicking on his squad leaders, issuing orders to attack here, defend here, and he's dropping artillery strikes, he's calling in satellite sweeps. Then at the next layer below him is the squad leader. The squad leader plays inside the game, inside the first-person shooter. He can form a squad and people can join him. What he can do is he can issue orders to his squad mates to move around the world and do certain things. When he does so, for example, a can of smoke will appear in the world. We call that popping smoke, and that will appear to other people in the world as this visual signal of where to go and what to do. He can communicate up the command chain using voice over IP, and the Battlefield Commander can communicate back down the command chain using voice over IP. So you have this digital chain of command that's linked together with VoIP and on-screen orders.